Bob, when you look at the weather chart, the satellite imagery, you see what looks like bands, and that I suppose can give people a false sense of security because the wind can pick up and then die down, and it looks like it's kind of it's bad behind you, but not horrible behind you. But you don't want people to be lulled into a sense of safety, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's the nature of these things. They're not a solid deck of rain coming in by any stretch. You have one spiraling rain band coming in. That's when you pick up the strongest winds. That's when the visibility goes down. That's when heaviest rain comes in. But then, like you said, it could calm down. Like right now, I think we're starting to see one of those spiraling bands coming in because the wind is picking up and the rain is starting to pick up as well. But you're right. And also, since we're on the bad side of the storm, we're on the eastern quadrant, we're probably going to see tornadoes. We have isolated tornado risk. There's a tornado watch for New Orleans all the way out towards the panhandle of Florida because once those rain bands come ashore, they lose speed at the surface, but they keep on going in the upper levels. That creates wind shear. That's why we have the chance of tornadoes also. Also, we're on the bad side, so we're going to get the strongest winds, the biggest storm surge, and the most amount of rain. We're talking 10, maybe 15 inches of rain for New Orleans alone. Jim.
That's Bob Van Dillen, HLN meteorologist at Jackson Square, New Orleans. Thank you, Bob. Let's go out now to Brian Todd, CNN correspondent, also in New Orleans. Brian, what does it look like from your vantage point?
Well, Jim, we're getting a very intense rain band right here along the Mississippi River. This is what officials really seem to be worried about, maybe more so than actual storm surge or spillage from the lakes over here and maybe coming over the levees. It's really the pure rainfall. We're getting a very heavy dose of it right now. You heard about the forecast for the rainfall here. It could get up to 12 inches total by the time this is done. And what the governor is saying is they're going to be monitoring the new pumping stations all around the New Orleans area very, very closely. The pumping stations they think will work to capacity. A lot of them are new, installed since Hurricane Katrina. But even when they're working to capacity, the rainfall may exceed their capacity. And so you could have isolated areas of flooding, not just in New Orleans, but elsewhere. We're going to show you some of the storm surge here on the Mississippi River. Our photojournalist John McAfee can kind of zero in on the white in the river. Also very significant here, Jim, this whole section of the river from the mouth of the Mississippi south, which is the direction I'm pointing, all the way up to Baton Rouge, this is closed down to barge and tanker traffic for at least a couple of days. So that's very significant. There's a lot of trade that passes through here up the Mississippi River, as you know. Tankers carrying goods, oil, everything, all the way up the Mississippi River. It is shut down, along with the airport service. The flights have been canceled, at least 1,400. So this area bracing for more, and we're going to get it in the coming hours, Jim.